Good morning, good morning, good morning. Over here in Las Vegas, it's 9:30 in the morning. And this is January 30th. We're almost done with this month. The first month of the year is already pretty much in the books. It is 57 degrees on this beautiful morning, and we're supposed to hit a high of 71 degrees. That's pretty crazy, even for Las Vegas for February, or well, we're not in February quite yet, but for this late January, hitting a high of 71, that's warmer than normal. Degrees. Uh-oh. That's pretty crazy. I better turn this volume down here because we don't need to hear me twice. Hey, there's Jackie. Jackie is in the chat. I'm getting a little late start today. Kind of just waking up. So I got my coffee. I made a piece of toast. And, but here we go. But away we go. Let's see here. Is everything working? Let me go ahead and just check this out over here. See what we got. Looks like everything's going through all right. All right. Here we go. Let's see if people kind of roll in here. Jackie says, was watching your video with the cops. Yeah, that was really something, wasn't it? Good old University Gardens Apartments. But I really see that kind of stuff. I see it all, because I'm driving Uber all over the city. And it's everywhere, where there's something going on. Cops are just out doing their jobs, but it was kind of weird. It was kind of, this thing just started happening right in front of me, just sort of unfolded right in front of me. And so I was like, I guess I should do what we do these days, in the 21st century here. We video stuff, Seha is in the house. Hey, Seha is in the truck stop. Seha says, what's for breakfast, Drugger John? Love myself. Well, I just made some toast and coffee, and I had orange juice. So I've got plenty of liquids. Orange juice and coffee. Quite a combination. There's 56 Nick Rich. Says, like number 7. Good day, John and Jackie. Alrighty. Good day to you too. And a good day to you too, sir. Someone's in here saying hi to everybody. And that's always cool. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up. We've got 12 watching, and looks like 12 thumbs up. So pretty much everyone's giving me the old thumbs up, so that's good. There's Gen X George. Hey, Gen X. Thanks for coming on in. So we got, today is, this is Tuesday morning. We're checking the House Sparks time slot, since he's off this morning, I believe, right? Should be off. And I thought, I always thought, hey, let's assemble here anyhow. Just because House Sparks is off in the gym, getting all pumped up, doesn't mean that we can't still come on into the internets here and, assemble. All right, so the coffee's good. Coffee's hot still. I think I'm gonna put my little lid on here so it'll stay hot for a long, long time. And let's see here. But yeah, the thing with the cops last night, so it was kind of weird. And I don't fault the cops. I mean, they're doing their job, doing whatever they're gonna do. And I know that going into a building like that is scary for them, or they don't know, they don't know what's in there. if for those of you who didn't see the video last night that I posted, um, there was a bunch of cops that came to the apartment. Just a couple, just like kind of like there's little buildings for these apartments. So like the next building over, and then this girl comes out who lived there, and they're like telling her to come out, come forward, all this stuff. And but then she had a little baby inside the house, and she said, "I want to go back and get my baby." And they're like, "No, no, no, you come out, come out." And so it was kind of this sort of tense, very kind of tense situation. Like, so she comes out, and you can see she's upset and doesn't want to leave her baby. And then the cops go in, and they're drawing their weapons, and they're saying, come out with your hands up and all this kind of stuff. And then they find out that no one else is in there. Just the child was in there. I don't even know. I never did see the kid, so I don't know if this is like a little baby or if it was a little toddler or what the age was. But you could hear I could hear a baby crying. It sounded like a pretty young child that was crying, and so it was just sort of like a tense thing because they've got weapons out, and you're like, man, I hope nothing goes wrong, I hope that there's some like something happens and like or a cop fires, because they think they see something, and then and maybe they hit the baby. That's kind of what I was thinking. That's what I was worried about. And I'm sure that's what that young mother was really worried about. Then they got the all clear. There was nobody there except for, I guess, the kid, the baby, and then the young lady was able to run back in and get her kid. And so that's all you can kind of see in that little video. You can see and this goes on night after night after night all over the city. Like I said, like what these cops have to deal with. These high tension kind of stressful things. Like. And then what people have to deal with, and it was just very interesting to see that unfold right in front of me. And I'm just glad that, as far as I know, I mean, I left, but no one got hurt when I was there. When I came back home, if someone had gotten hurt, I'm sure there would have been a big, thing taped off or whatever. But when I did leave, about 15 minutes after I shot that, because, all the cops left, well, I thought they all left, and as I pulled around the driveway to leave, there was still the unmarked police car was still there, and then there was another unit parked on the side. So I think they were still waiting for that guy. There was they were after, I think, that girl's boyfriend or husband, probably, I think, boyfriend or whatever. I think I overheard them say the word boyfriend, and they were waiting for him to come home. I guess they must have had some sort of warrant out for his arrest. And by the time I got back from Ubering and stuff, the cops were all gone. It was all quiet. So either he came home and was arrested without incident, or he never showed up and they gave up. I don't know. I don't know. But it was interesting. Interesting to see that happen right there in front of me. So yeah, we got Gen X George in the truck stop here. Let's see, there's Jolie. Hey, back at you. I'm really behind. I was telling my little story, so I'm a little behind. We'll kind of skip down here. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Jolie says that video was wild and scary. Yeah, it was a little scary, and Hey, there's Hedge Enemy. One time I heard a cop out in the street nearby shout freeze, and I was in my apartment. I hit the deck. I didn't know whether bullets were going to fly or not. Wow, that's kind of scary. Like, 56 Nixer says, was she swatted? I haven't seen your vid. No, because that wasn't it wasn't the SWAT team. It was just a bunch of cops. But if that's the true definition of being swatted, I think the SWAT team has to come out. I really don't know, but if there was some false, prank call or anything like that, but I have a feeling it wasn't. Yeah, but I don't know. What do I know? 56 says, okay, explanation about her boyfriend makes sense. Yeah, because I could overhear them saying something when they were at the door and talking. I think they were looking for her boyfriend, and I thought either she said or they repeated what she said, something about like him coming home at 11:30 or gets off work at 11:30 or something like that. So I guess they were after the boyfriend. But anyhow, there's that. There's another video that I posted yesterday. And it's gotten quite a bit of attention. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It was I guess I did it. It was a short, right? It was a short, and it was just something that I took out. Yesterday I was messing around. I thought I would do a barrage kind of videos, and I sent them all out, various places, and then I posted this one short, and it was just a little. I think it was from a live stream that I had done like a year or so ago, maybe. And it was just about me saying how I'm proud of President Biden. And so that short, there's a short on there of me saying I'm proud of President Biden. I think he's a great president. I'm proud of, and he is my president, and he's your president too, or whatever. And that's gotten over 3,000 views all of a sudden. And it's kind of funny reading, if you read the comments on that. I mean, it's probably 99% are like Trumpers and maggots, and they're just so funny what they're saying. I wish, I was gonna set up my other computer and see if I could get it fired up just so I could have, just so I could go and read some of the responses. But it's actually funny. They're like, you're on crack, and it's just so funny. I just think it's funny. And I went in on the comments over there and I said, hey, if you guys want to discuss this on my live stream tomorrow, would be more than glad to. So if any of those folks that saw that video and you have questions, or you you want to come in and talk about that video, then I'm more than welcome to. But so far I don't see anybody in here from that. So whatever. So let's see. We got Seha in Vegas. Where there is one cop, there is six. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to fault the cops. I didn't. That wasn't my really intention of the video. I mean, like I said, I think they got a tough job, and they don't know, if that girl was lying, and the guy could have been in there, and I don't know what if he was considered armed and dangerous, or if he was considered, what. So I don't know. I'm not faulting the cops. Because I do see, it's easy to have that reaction because I do see like just the traffic stops, right? Well, and there'll be 3 cop cars and a bunch of cops just for a traffic stop. But from my point of view, it's just a traffic stop. But from the cops' point of view, I don't know, the guy could have a gun, so or whatever. So I don't fault the cops. I fault the cops when they shoot people when unjust, in an unjust way. But I can still understand the fear and taking the precaution, because shit happens, man. Right there. I mean, right. We've had shit that's happened in this town with shootings. Just the other day, a cop was killed. I think a few weeks ago. Not the other. It's been probably a few weeks now. I think he was either serving a warrant or was doing something. Knocked on a door. And the guy that opened the door and just opened fire immediately, and I killed the cop. So, I don't. I'm not faulting the cops. It's a tough job. Mach 7 radio intercepts. Hey there, Mach 7 radio intercept. Not sure if I've ever seen you here before, so thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for me. But Mach 7 Radio Intercept says, I'll have to scroll back and watch. I missed it. Well, it's not on here, that video. Jolie, I think that might be the link to it. I guess that's the cop video. 56 Nick Rich says, I was watching that video when you went live today. Oh, wow. Which one? The cop one or the President Biden one? because now I've talked about two, and I'm far behind here in the chat. So, hey, Jimmy says they really are pathetic children, aren't they? Are you talking about the people who made the comments in that video? I think that's what you're talking about. Mach 7 Radio Intercept says there is a vast troll maggot infestation in social media. Billionaires support it. Yeah, I suppose so. But I guess when you make a video that is in favor of Joe Biden, it really draws them out, doesn't it? They just can't stand it. They can't stand it if you say one nice thing about this president. So hey, if you want to get under a maggot's skin, do maggots have skin? Just say some nice things about President Biden. Apparently, hey, there's Ted605, who says, so what is this? Hey, it's Ted605. Thanks for being here. I saw you comment on one of my videos. I think it was the one about Summer, which is I don't know Summer's last name. Should we call her Summer Sparks? Hal's girlfriend and her show that she's doing. I posted 2 videos on that. Just the little marquee, or the little. It's actually a video at the Virgin Hotel. They run these little like 5-second, 6-second long videos of sometimes of that, or at least that show. The other ones are just like still shots of like Bret Michaels is playing there or whatever, and then they do a little of their show. It's called Ladylike, and that is the show that Hal has talked about. I think that's the show. I'm pretty sure that's the show that he's talked about, and that his girlfriend is in. I guess she's in that show, or she has something to do with that show. And so I just made a little video of it. I thought that'd be interesting, especially for folks who don't live around here, and you're wondering what it's about or what he's talking about. You can see that little video that just gives a little glimpse of what it is. It's at the Virgin Hotel. It's called Ladylike. They describe it in there as being a modern burlesque show, modern day burlesque or something like that. So anyhow, I saw Ted605, and you made some sort of a I don't know, was it snarky? Should we go snarky? I don't know, but I allowed it. But yeah, Ted. So what is this? This is just us shooting the shit, having a coffee and shooting the shit. So glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Let me know if this audio is picking up, because I have the audio and I have it down to the lowest level without going all the way to muting it. And if it's picking up in here, let me know, and I'll rectify that. Sehel says, that's how they roll. Got to be safe. Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't really faulting the cops. It just was a tense situation. Tense for the cops. Tense certainly for that young lady. And maybe a little tense for me, Because then, Benny Loco came in and made a comment. Said, hey, you know what? You can get shot if they do start shooting. You better watch out for the bullets that are flying, because so yeah, it's tense all the way around. Let's see. Hegemony says, yeah, I could talk about those maggots, I guess, right? Chris, hey, there's Chris. Good morning, all. Well, good morning, right back at you. And I hope you're enjoying a nice something beverage of your choice here. And good morning. Hey, Jimmy says, I'm thinking they have, I'm not sure what a carapace made of chitin. I have no idea what that means. Hey, Jimmy says, but only when they're in their final form. Carapaces made of chitin? I don't know what a carapace is. Anyhow. Hey, there's Marianne D. They don't have a skin. I think it's... Oh, okay. That's how far back I am. I made that comment about do maggots have skin, and that was, what, 10 minutes ago? So I'm already behind in the chat, but, that happens. But Marianne D, thanks for being here. Glad to see you in here. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up for me. Marianne D, I don't know if I've seen you before, so thanks for coming here. Thanks for stopping by. We're just going to shoot the shit for a couple hours. How about that? And there's Keith Pollitt. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back. Saw you the other day. MAGA have scales, not skin. Okay. Scales, huh? Like a snake? Like a reptile? Hey, there's Ted 605. Yep, that's me. All right. All right, Ted. So cool. I mean, fine. I'm trying to remember what your comment was. I thought it was a little snarky, but I was like, hey, cool, whatever. As long as it's not. There is one comment somebody left that I went ahead and deleted because it was just mean. I didn't like it. It wasn't from you, Ted. I think it was. I don't even know who it was, but they said something I thought was really kind of rude about summer or something and how. So I just deleted it. Chris says, how's it going? Oh, okay. So, hey, there's Seha, Vegas man. Vegas man. There's Ted saying hi. Marianne. Okay, we're doing the highs. So I'm going to go ahead and skip through. Mach 7 says, audio is good, maybe a little echo. Well, yeah, there's echo because I live in this apartment with basically no furniture in it. I mean, I've been dealing with that. So one of these days I'll start getting some furniture. I'm trying to get a plan. Trying to get a little trip plan to go back to California and empty out my storage facility there and see if I've got anything. I don't even remember what's in there because I know I had a bunch of furniture, but I think I just gave a lot of it away. And I had some really bitchin' furniture, and I'm forgetting if I kept anything. I thought maybe I kept a chair or something, but anyhow. So we'll get that deal with. But yeah, there's an echo because there's I live in a cave basically. Let's see. Jolie has little hearts for summer, and I didn't know she. I have her on Facebook. I don't think I follow her. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel, but on Facebook she definitely has a channel because on Facebook you friend and follow, right? You follow and you friend them, and she's always dropping these videos. And the other day she's doing these like reaction videos, which is really funny. She's got her own little microphone and she's got her whole setup, and she watches a video and she reacts to it. So she's got her little media presence going there too. Marianne D says, saw the House Sparks was running symbol and I thought I would check it out. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I thought I would see if I could draw you in. Thanks for being here. I hope you stay, and I hope you subscribe and like and all that stuff. We do have a goal set. We are trying to get to 1,500 subs by the end of the week. I'll just leave end of the week as open-ended. Like, is that Friday? Is that Saturday? Whatever. I'm going to leave that kind of open-ended, but we're trying to get to 1,500. So, let's work on that. If you've already subbed, go ahead and hit the share button, and then maybe wherever you share it, maybe they'll sub. So. That's kind of how that works, I guess. Seha says, carapace is like a hood on a cobra. Oh, one example. So you use those fancy words, people, and, it's just going to go right over the old head. Julie says, were you snarky, Ted? Maybe it wasn't snarky. Maybe I was confusing Ted's with that other one, which was actually more than snarky. That one was rude. I don't think Ted was rude. Otherwise, I would have probably deleted his too. Hey, there's Stephen Sayers. Same with me at Marianne D. Well, Stephen Sayers, thanks for being here. We're not. This is an open group. It's not just you don't have to be a sparkler to be here. I would encourage everyone of all stripes, all places. But I would say the majority of us here are probably either sparklers and things of this nature. So it's good to have you here. Thanks, Steve Sayers. Make sure you hit the like for me and subscribe. As I just stated earlier, we do have a goal going on here, trying to get to 1,500. 56 says, I'm a minimalist too. Well, I'm a minimalist, I guess, but just because I don't have anything. Gen X George says, I thought carapace was like skin jerky mask. I don't know, Gen X George. I've never heard of that word until just a few minutes ago, so I have to ask Seha, I guess. Stephen Sayers says, I have heard how Sparks mentioned Trucker John. Yes, you have. Quite a few times, actually, over the past couple of years. I've gotten a little shout out from the old Hal. So, yeah, there you go. But thanks for being here. Praisley Jane. Hey, there's PJ. You don't mind if I call you PJ, do you? Thanks for being here. Thanks so much for coming back and all that good stuff. There's NMKC, Oriema. You're back again. Thanks for coming back to the truck stop. Well, who was it was saying we should say convoy? We could call it a convoy. But anyhow, we're in the convoy and we're headed to the truck stop, or vice versa. I don't know. But thanks for being here. That's awesome. You guys are coming back. There's 70B2 coming into the truck stop. I kind of like truck stop because it's like we're at a truck stop. You know, I just sort of, you know, it evokes this images. We're at the truck stop. We're just maybe at the diner or maybe at the counter, you know, a big giant counter. And we're just, you know, sitting down to some coffee and shooting the shit. That's kind of how I envision it. And when I think of convoy, I think like we're all in our trucks and we're all like, hey, we're on our CBs and we're following each other, you know. But anyhow, you know, whatever. Chris says, my son does video game walkthroughs on his YouTube channel. Oh, that's cool. There's so many things on that you can do on YouTube. I love YouTube. It really is my favorite platform. It really is. There's Paisley Jane. This week, a week that's the same wave I'm on. Go with the flow. A week that's the same wave I'm on. All right. Yeah, but we want to get to 1,500 by the end of the week. There's Jackie. Yeah, I'm going to skip down on these highs. Great that you guys are all greeting each other. PJ says, not at all. I think in reference to calling it a PJ. Sometimes I just shorten stuff, you know, because I'm trying to get through these, through the chats here, so I'm not too far behind. 56, Nick Rich has got a little convoy there. Yeah, we're in the convoy. You guys are in the convoy, but we've stopped at the truck stop for a bit of coffee. Mach 7, radio intercepts, laughing out loud. There's funny. There's CA funny. There's funny. Sex and the City bit. Oh, there's, okay. That was just an accidental keystroke there. It happens to me all the time. Okay, there's a funny Sex and the City bit about a carapace, but maybe not safe for work. I think I get where you're getting at there. Might have something to do with the uncircumcised, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off on that. Paisley Jane says, Sparkler proud. Yeah, all right. From Canada, I guess, right? PJ up there in the Great White North. Seha says, carapace. I think I'm saying it right. And there's the pronunciation there, carapace. Noun, the hard upper shell of a turtle, crustacean, or arachnid. Thank you very much there, Seha. PJ says, I'm not safe for work, laughing out loud. NMKC, Ariama says, I get busy feeding 7 feral cat colonies. I try, though. That's a lot of cats. You're up to your elbows in cats, I imagine. Stephen Sayers says, someone say, Slava Ukraini. Okay, Slava Ukraini. For sure, I am totally support Ukraine. I also posted a video yesterday. I made a short out of my Russia Sucks video. That got some views. Let's see here. Gen X George says, I don't like tooting my own horn, but I suggested convoy. Oh, Gen X George, there you go. Yeah, you did. And that's certainly in our little lexicon here for sure. But yeah, because we're in a we're in a convoy to get to the truck stop, I guess, you know. And that was you, Gen X George. I remember now. Seha says, not to be confused. I'll go ahead and correct that. I'll autocorrect. Not to be confused with codpiece. Okay, yeah, you don't want to confuse those two. Praise the J says, Slav Ukraini. Jolie says, just harvested. I must have skipped a little something there, but some sort of harvesting going on, some sort of green leafy substance, I suppose. I don't know. Stephen Sayers says, we be waiting for the Bandit. Oh, there you go. Smokey and the Bandit's reference. James McNair, convoy, not clanvoy, like the one heading down to the border. Yeah, absolutely. James McNair, thanks for being here, by the way. Thanks for stopping on by. Stopping on by. That I don't really pay much attention to those things because some people will ask me like, what do you think about the convoy? Or like they did that one a few years ago, and basically those were Canadian truck drivers, and it was in Canada. So I have nothing to do with that. But I do remember seeing, this is during COVID, and I do remember seeing a couple of times some little convoys of maybe like maybe 10 trucks, and I think they mainly were bobtailing. When bobtailing means that they don't have a trailer, but they would have big flags and big. I think they were Trump flags, and they had American flags, and they were in a convoy, and they were on as I recall, I think Interstate 40, going up through like Kingman, Arizona, and heading east. That's when they were going to have the big DC rally, and I do remember seeing a couple of little convoys of like that, and of them doing some sort of DC thing. But it's overall, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands. There might be millions of truck drivers out in the U.S. at any given moment. I don't even know the number. I'm sure it's in the many hundreds of thousands. So the percentage of truck drivers that do that kind of shit is probably less than 1%. So these guys going down now to the border, they're just they're just your typical group of maggots, basically. And it's I don't pay much attention to them. They're just kind of inconsequential. Inconsequential. There's more. They probably get a little more. They get more attention than they deserve. Actually. There's Tim Jones. Thanks for being here. TB is back. Who's TB? Terry Bradshaw? I don't know. But thanks for being here. Tim Jones. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if he'd been here before or not. But it doesn't ring a bell. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share for me. Mocking stupidity. Using clips has generated well over 150,000 hits in a very short time. Well, thank you, Mocking Stupidity, for being here, by the way. I don't know if I've seen you before, so make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,500 subs by end of week. But thanks for being here. And are you talking about you using clips? Or are you just talking in generality? Because, but that one clip, the one we talking about President Biden, I haven't checked it, but it was at 3,000 just earlier last time I checked. Here we got 56-inch wrist says Slava Ukraine. I think it's actually Slava Ukraini, but okay, whatever. John Dietering says we've lost bodies after a brushing from Porsche pain. I don't know what that means, but thanks for being here, John Dietering. Glad to see you. And we've got 72 says, wonderful at Jolie. I'm getting some clones. Okay, 72 is talking about stuff that she grows. I have bronchitis and pancreatitis right now. I know, Stephanie, you've been dealing with some shit, man. I hope you get well soon. That's tough. That's a tough double whammy, because bronchitis is no walk in the park, and then pancreatitis, which I've had, and landed me in the hospital a couple nights. So that's a tough thing to have. So I hope you get well soon and get over that. 56 Rich says never trust Russia. Yeah, and I don't even like Russia, and I hate Putin, as every good American should. So if you're a maggot and you're saying all this pro Russia shit or pro Putin shit, then you need to have your head examined, in my opinion. Paisley James says convoy. Oh, that takes me back to the 70s. Yeah, remember that song? Like, we got us a convoy here, rubber ducky. Steven Sayer says Trump does not have enough money to pay his debts. Fire sale. Yeah, really. What about this supposed billionaire? He's a multi, not just a billionaire, but it's supposed to be like a multi-billionaire. And he's just scratching for every little dime he can get, right? He's gonna rob his super PACs, which is basically just they're just slush funds for his to pay his lawyer fees and now to pay these settlements. That's where the money's going to come from because he doesn't have it. He says he's a billionaire, but he's not. Genex George says, "Isn't carapace face jerky?" I don't know. I have no idea. These are new words to me. So, and here's Chris saying at NMKC Ariema, is it safe? Is it a safe bet to say you don't have any rodent issues? Yeah, those cats are murderers. No doubt about it. They are just vicious murderers. You know, they come home and they're all cute and everything. And but they've been outside murdering. Just so you know. Plays Jane says, "Oh, Stephanie, I'm so sorry to hear that. Pancreatitis is painful. I've had family experiences with it." Yeah, I've had it, and it was not fun. I basically vomited my entire insides. You know, seemed like. Jolie says, "Trucker John's Russia sucks." YouTube short. Oh, there's the YouTube short. Thank you, Jolie. So there's a short, and then there's also a full version that's like a couple minutes long or something. And it's a song that I made up on the fly, right there. What you're seeing when you see that video is me. Is the genius of Trucker John just in full force. That was me just riffing on the spot and made this beautiful song, this ode to Russia, as I like to call it. Sayhouse says there is no convoy I've seen yet. All the feeds I've seen are like 5 pickups at random gas stations. Yeah, it's probably like I say, the media is trying to get something going there, and like whenever I've seen these little convoys, it's usually like 4 or 5 bobtails with some Trump flags, you know, and it's like, you know, DC or bust. That was when the DC one. I haven't seen anything because I'm not on the road like that anymore. So I haven't seen anything going down to Texas. But I used to run down there. I used to run right by that Eagle Pass all the time. It's, you know, you're right on the border, and it seemed like a nice little town. I wasn't being overrun with illegals whenever I would run down there. Stephanie B2 says, "Thank you, Paisley. It's rough." Well, you hang in there, Stephanie B2. We're all thinking about you and sending our positive thoughts to you. Everyone here in the Trucker John truck stop. Let's all send our positive thoughts of healing to Stephanie B2, because that's a rough one that she's going through. So we're all thinking about you, Steph. Doctor Who fan 1014, hello from Chicagoland. Well, hello there, Doctor Who, from Chicagoland. Thank you for being here. I don't think I've seen you before, so awesome. Make sure you hit the thumbs up for me and the subscribe button. As you may have heard me mention, we're trying to get to 1,500 subs by the end of the week. Paisley Jane, I said I was going to start calling you PJ, and so far every time I say, now I just say Paisley Jane. Those Canada convoy guys were all vaccinated before the protest, COVID lockdown. Just saying, right? Just saying. Yeah, they want to talk about, being anti-vaxxers or whatever, but they in order to keep their CDLs probably, or keep their job if they were company drivers and stuff. Maybe, although I was never required to do it. I just did it. 72 says it's a Christian nationalist convoy going to the border. I read Christian nationalist. Oh boy, there's just something that just sort of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? 56 Nick Rich says the Freedom Convoy with a Canadian flag. Stephen Sayers says Repubs are not serious about funding southern border. Yeah, because if they were, the legislation is sitting there just ready to be signed. It's ready to go through, and even the Senate Republicans are on board with it. It's got bipartisan support, and of course the little freedom crackers or whatever they're called over there in the House, the House Republicans, are just being assholes. They're just doing their thing. I guess that's what they do. Julie says, so sorry at 72. I'm getting over bronchitis myself. It was miserable enough on its own. Hope you feel better soon. Hugs. Yep. We're all sending our positive thoughts to you. PJ says, it is. Ouch. Hope weed is legal where you are. Medically best for pain and appetite, which I know it gets complicated. Yep. Seha says, organized convoys are illegal, and 2 or more vehicles traveling together can make up a convoy because they tend to impede traffic. Yeah, but that's why we got the CBs, because if we got Smokey on our tail or up ahead, we can be ready for them. John Dietering says, para-corporate sponsored militia closing for Dapple versus Standing Rock. Notice consequential. That sounds like it was what do you call it? Like a telegram or telegraph. It's like that you sent. Billy Buzz Smith says, keep on trucking and support your truckers. Well, thank you so much, Billy Buzz Smith. Are you a trucker? By the way, but I don't think I've seen Billy Buzz in here before, so thanks for coming on in, and glad to see you. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and share. Yeah, that'd be cool. Study2 says, thanks, Jolie. I have a phone appointment today. And let's see here. John Dietering says, Porsche, former Sparkler gatekeeper. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know, because I didn't know what you were talking about. Steven Sayre says, what will President Biden do about the American deaths in Jordan? I'm sure that they will do, at the time of his choosing, act accordingly and appropriately. And those will be dealt with. I have all the confidence in the world. He's not going to go in and start, a ground invasion, or he's not going to nuke them, okay? So it seems like the right wingers are all of a sudden, they're all pro-war, but they'll say that Biden's going to start World War III, That they criticize him for supporting Ukraine or whatever, but and that he's going to start World War III. But now, we've had this horrible incident where we've lost 3 service people, and now they pretty much want him to go in and start World War III. Study producer says, yes, Paisley, I'm in California and grow my own. Yes, she does. Stephen Sayers, I almost said Stephen Myers for some reason. Stephen Sayers, dispatch MAGA. MAGA to the rescue. Send them to the front line. NMKC at Oriema says, Micro Johnson and Mango Magu. Boy, that's a mouthful. Micro Johnson. Wait, Micro. I almost said Michael Johnson. I think there is a Michael Johnson somewhere. Micro Johnson and the Mango Mago want to expand Russia's borders. That's like an angry kind of emoji. Yeah, and it's like they're whack. They're whack. NMKC. They're whack. Pace of Day says, just got a Grateful Dead highway traffic jam flashback. And I think Friends is not Fiends. Yeah. So you and Jolie probably have something in common there, being deadheads. Gen X George says, I'm in New York. Oh, no, you're not. You might be in New York. I don't know. Gen X says, in the New York fraud case, Trump claims he's a billionaire under oath. All right, buddy. So just pay up then and shut the fuck up, I'm talking to Trump, not to you. NMKC Oriema says, Saudi Arabian will pay for his fines. He's gonna. I don't even know if he can get a loan these days from a legitimate bank. right? 70B2 says Carol Lago. There you go. She's going to own that dump. NMKC says cats are the finest of predators. That's right. Too bad they can't be trained to mangle the mango magoo. Magoo! 56 Rich says, a genius. Thank you. Thank you. You're talking about me, right? Talking about me? Pedro James says, S70, cool. I'm in Toronto. Only good thing Trudeau did was legalize weed across the country. Whole new industry. Seniors finally getting finally getting alternatives to prescriptions. It's good. It's a good thing. So Trudeau, is he not good? Is he not a good guy? I know Melania was kind of thinking he was a good guy. Remember those looks she would give him? And and you almost can't blame the poor thing, when she's got to be with Trump, and then she's got Trudeau over here. She's like, damn, I'd like to yank me off a piece of that, Marie Giangreco, hello, Trucker John. Well, hello back to you there, Marie. Thanks for being by, coming by, whatever. But always glad to see you. 72 says Canada is doing it better than we are. About the pots. Hey, there's Vicky Gingrass, Michigan Sparkler on board here. Well, thank you, Vicky. Thanks for stepping into the truck stop, as we like to call it. Because I have a trucker, and I'm a former trucker. I guess there's my little. This is my official trucker badge. So I don't know. I don't even know what it says. It says Big Rig Outfitters. I'm a big rig outfitter. I don't even know what my shirts say. But Vicky Gingrass, thanks for being here. Or is it Gingrass or Gingrass? G's can be kind of tricky, right? Is it a G sound? Is it a hard G, or is it more like a J sound? But anyhow, thanks for being here. I didn't mean to make a whole issue of your name. I hope they didn't. You're like, geez, I just got out of here and the guy's fucking, talking about my name. But thanks for being here, and make sure you like and subscribe and share for me. If you do that, it'd be great. It's awesome that you're here. So glad to see you. There's Jackie. Okay, we're going to dispense with some of these a little bit here. I'm going to skip down. PJ. We all know who PJ is. When I say PJ, we're talking about, of course, Paisley Jane. Says, Doug Adams is a genius. Birchers. Okay. I thought you were talking about me when you said genius. But that doesn't make sense, because I'm not one. PJ says, Hitchhiker Guides is our second family Bible. Oh, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. I never read the book. I saw the movie, and I was kind of disappointed with the movie. Full disclosure, I didn't see what the big ado was. At least the movie, maybe the books were better. Or is it one book, or are there multiple books? I don't know. James McNair says, Team swap immigrants for entitled meth heads, laughing out loud. Well, James McNair, I don't even know what that means. Like I said, I've said before, and I'll say it again, I'm a little slow. So that might kick in a couple minutes, MCon 11, Cowbell's Awakening. Hey, there's MCon 11. Thanks for being here. Seeing some new faces, new names. That's awesome. So make sure, like I say, like, subscribe, share, and make comments. Go ahead and comment and chat. We're in the chat. We're in the truck stop here having coffee, and we're just chatting. Say hello, Freedom Crackers, laughing out loud. Those Freedom Crackers. Chris says, elect clowns, expect a circus. Yeah, and a lot of elephant shit along the way. Vincent Owens is in the truck stop. I can't even get my own thing down. VO says the free dumb carcass is starting to stink from the head on down. Thanks, VO, for being here. Glad to see you. 56 Nick Rich says, Places Jane, I'm in Scarborough. Won't you come on down to Scarborough Lane? I don't know. 72 says, at least I have a nebulizer to help COPD and chronic bronchitis. Yeah, boy, then you got COPD on top of it, man. So hope you cope with it and get better. Get better soon. Say how says, holy crap, hey, Ed Vincent Owens. Steve Sayer says, legal to grow in Missouri, but both my thumbs are brown, not much luck. I thought you were going to say, it's legal to grow it in Missouri, but it's illegal to smoke it or something. That sounds like something Missouri would do. No offense against Missourians, but, PJ says, hey, 56, I'm in in Willowdale. See how special it is here? I rarely admit more than one Canada, laughing out loud. Love the truck stop. Thanks for being in the truck stop. VO says, when I say VO, I'm talking about, of course, the one and only Vincent Owens, by the way. So if you hear me say VO and you're like, who the fuck is VO? Like I said, it's the one and only Vincent Owens. Saying hi. There's AJX1. Hey, AJ. Good morning, he says, to Trucker John, and that would be me. To me. Hey, AJ, where are you at today? What part of the country? And are you going to the border to protest? I'm just wondering. Just asking for a friend. Gen X George says, I have chronic bronchitis. That's 72. It's not contagious, but it really sucks ass. I bet. It doesn't sound fun. PJ says, you need to be very dedicated to grow the good stuff. Mad scientist level for Canada climate, killer hydro. Yeah, because it gets cold up there, right? Vincent Owens says, Biden has a good head on his shoulders. I think so. I think he's pretty good. I like him. I think he's good. I think he's smart. Got a lot of experience. And he's putting it to good use now. Stephanie B2 says, yes, it does suck big rocks. Vicky Gingrass says, if they, or Gingrass? No, Gingrass. I'm going with Gingrass. If they were serious about the border, they'd stop raiding Tyson's packing plant and start raiding their boardroom. Yeah, and they say, yeah, if you don't want undocumented people, then why are you hiring undocumented people? And why aren't you in favor of enforcing E-Verify, right? And stuff like that. Things of this nature. Paisley Jane says, Gen X, been there, try some yoga breathing exercise when you recovered to strengthen the lungs again after infection. Oof, good advice there, good advice. Gene E says, hi. Well, hi, back at you, Gene E. Thanks for being here. Seems like you might be a new viewer or a new person, so thanks for coming on in. Do appreciate the new faces. Make sure you like and subscribe and share for me. Vincent Owens, otherwise known as VO, says Magoo is bloodthirsty. I think so. They're just sort of itching for a fight, but most of them I've seen, I don't know if they're in the best of shape, but they do have fantasies of being, like Rambo, I think. Jolie says, like, subscribe, and share. VO, otherwise known as Vincent Owens, says, tax him like a billionaire. Yep. Although, I'm not sure how much they get taxed these days. Jolie says, deadheads unite. 72 says, Paisley, we have to grow indoors here. This was my first grow and got big sticky buds. I do love to garden and can even make clones, but tent only supports 2 plants. And if I recall, 72, you are in the San Joaquin Valley, otherwise known as the breadbasket of America. So that's probably a great place to grow, to grow all kinds of things. So you're in a good spot for growing. Sehouse says a VO, that comes to $750 per billion. What is that, the text? Steve Sayers says, Trucker John, did you see the Colorado rep came in 5th of 11 candidates in District 4? You're talking about Bobo the Boberts? Bobo and her 2 Boberts? I did see something about that. We were talking about that yesterday. Or yeah, it was on the Liberal Dan show. If you want to really check out a really legitimate, good, the best on the internet of political discourse, head on over to Liberal Dan over here on YouTube. He's on Monday nights and Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. My time, I guess 8 Central. And we were talking. There was some talk about that district. In fact, I even asked the question because apparently Bobos, the Boberts, the Bober, the oh here's that's French farmers. French farmers apparently are having some sort of a thing. But anyhow, I got the news playing in the background. Um, so Bobers and the Bobettes, she switched districts. Apparently, she thought Adam Fritsch was going to beat her because he almost beat her the last time, and he's been running a really good campaign. Has quite a bit of financial support and campaign support, and so she goes ahead and ditches that district, which I guess was 3. She goes over to 4, thinking she's going to just win over there, and then now apparently she is in 5th. I guess that would be polling or in that debate or something. Um, so so there's a chance here that she might just be out of Congress altogether, which would be a great thing, hopefully. And I'm hoping that Adam Fritsch, that was over in 3rd, I hope he wins. I don't know if that's going to open the door for some other Republican to come in and, maybe the Republicans, because these are all pretty much, well, I was going to say these are all red districts. I guess we could say that 3 is might be purple. I don't know because Adam Fritsch got so many votes on the last time. But so what's going to happen then? So who's going to replace Boebert in the 3rd district? And will Republicans say, well, okay, since it's not Bobos and the Bobette sisters, maybe we'll try this other Republican instead. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. I haven't heard any polling on that when she left. What happened to that one? But so yeah, there's a good chance that she might be out of Congress, and we could just say good riddance and hope we never see from you again. VO says, I know, right? Say ha until Biden fixes it. Paisley Jane says, nope, Canada can't get a loan now. Deutsche Bank. Oh, Connold. I said Canada. Connold, as in like Don the Con. Can't get a loan now. Deutsche Bank just said yesterday they won't do business with them anymore. Finally, after how many times he burned them, right? They finally learned their lesson. Now they learned their lesson? Steven Sayers says, L. Boobert. Yeah, boobies. Booby Boobert. NMKC Oriema says, yeah, but it's good for Melania, it's bad for America. Chris says Biden needs to at least recognize medical marijuana use. And I think, you need to get the backing, right? I mean, that if he had the House and the Senate, then you could see him do a lot more. He's done a lot as it is. And sometimes you just need to give him time. I mean, I know we're like, how much more time do you need? But I think that he is in favor of taking marijuana off the schedule. Was it Schedule 3 or whatever? I don't even know how the schedules work, but it's up there with heroin and shit, and it needs that needs to be changed. And I think he's for that. But I think you got to wait. You got to wait. You got to read the room. You got to wait until you got the backing, I guess, sometimes. And then there's a lot of other things kind of on his plate that they got to take care of first. But yeah, I agree, Chris. I do agree. Page Lane says, I'm afraid to say anything about Trudeau. Our maggots carry on about him. No idea why. Oh yeah, there's an investigation about that COVID convoy. Sigh, I don't know. I don't know. I just thought Trudeau was okay. I don't know. I don't know. Jolie says, help support the Truckers on live stream. Buy me a coffee. There's the link. Thank you so much, Jolie, for putting that in there. We do have a little fundraiser thing in there, trying to raise some money for a new computer, so we can make this show even better than it is now. I know it's hard to believe, hard to imagine that this could be improved upon, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Peter Dane says, read the book. There's no comparison. Okay, I will read the book. I should read the book. Should I read the book? Because the movies, I can't say the movie sucked, but it was so hyped and everything. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go check this movie, and it was kind of a letdown. But okay, I will get the book. After all these years, I will finally get that book. I'm not sure if I'll read it, but I will own the book. No, I'll read it. Of course, I'll read it. Hey, there's Ely Ryan. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I apologize. It says HHG is 3 books. Oh, and Adams is a genius. Oh, okay, so they weren't talking about me when they said genius. Dang, I'm disappointed. So Adams is the one who wrote these books, I guess. These is this the Hitchhiker's Guide, whatever. So there are 3 books. Okay, well I will check it out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for that suggestion, for that recommendation, as the kids are saying these days, for the rec. But thank you. I will check it out. Sayal says that would be Douglas Adams, and he wrote Hitchhiker's Guide in a Drunken Stupor. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. No wonder. I'm already there. You had me at Drunken Stupor. Sayal. Pleasure Dane says only put 3% in, but author was involved. Oh, okay. For the movie, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. 56 says PJ, don't panic. 42. Shovel, top of the morning. Hey, there's Shovel. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for being here. We're just shooting the shit here in the truck stop. So thanks for being here. 72 says, did you see the list of controlled substances that Mango Mussolini's folks were taking? Oh, fentanyl, uppers, downers. Yeah, they're a bunch of speed freaks. Talk about, I don't know, did that make Liberal Dan's a hypocrite of the week? I think it did. I mean, and Trump will go on and talk about all these extrajudicial, executions or whatever for drug dealers, and they're all a bunch of fucking speed freaks, man. Total hypocrites. Hey, there's Deanne Tronsdale. Howdy from Puerto Vallarta. I'm on vacation. La, da, 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 da. I don't know. I'm just getting that just evokes this type of an image to me. But hey, thank you, Deanne, for being here, and have a great vacation. I hope you're having a great time. And I appreciate the fact that you took a little bit of time from your fun vacation to come into the truck stop and say hi. So thank you so much. That's so awesome. Make sure you give me thumbs ups while you're in here, and subscribe to the show, I hope. And but yeah, have a great time down there in Puerto Vallarta. I've never been there, but it sounds like an awesome, fun place. So I hope you're having a really good time. And thanks, like I said, thanks for taking a little time out to come on in here. VO says it's legal here in Ohio, but I'm already an urban farmer for food. Okay, that's awesome. I think all that stuff is great, farming and everything else. Deanne Tronsdale says, I have to say that I'm loving my time south of the border. Also, I just subscribed. Yay! Thank you. Thank you so much. This is my Puerto Vallarta theme. Thank you. Thank you so much, Deanne. I really, really appreciate that. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for being here. And stay a while, won't you? Keep on coming back. Penza Jane says, my heart, and then broken heart? Oh, Dad saying, rest in peace, 80 smoked like a fiend and drank like a fish. Mom's got it now. Big, but very gentle hug. And I'd still recommend some yoga breathing. They can oxygenate the blood. Well, yeah, my heart goes out to you, man. You're losing folks is a really tough thing. And I hope, with best wishes to your mom. I don't know, but to her. And yeah, and you know what? I've always thought about taking up yoga. And can you imagine a big old fat truck driver like me doing yoga? Then I would video that. That would probably get like 1 million hits. But I've always thought about of course, the health benefits of doing that. But I've never got past the thinking stage. So, but yeah, that'd be. I think I'm pro yoga. I'm pro yoga. Jolie reminding everyone of all stripes, all shades. Give me a thumbs up. Paige J says, hey, Deanne, welcome. It's a bit habit forming. This crew It is. It is. We are very addictive. Jolie says thanks. Welcome to the truck stop. Say House says, oh, okay, yeah. Take care to Gen X George. Was Gen X George leaving? I didn't. I probably didn't see that. Say House says because it's all a political stunt. Greg Abbott went to India last weekend to bring Indian companies and corporations to Texas. Did he really say how, or is that a joke? Because it sounds so ridiculous. I'm thinking it must be a joke, but it's also so ridiculous that it's like something that asshole would do. I mean, uh, not that I have anything against Indian companies, but America first, right? Make America great again, right? 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 VO says laughing out Bobo the clown. VO says was with Liberal Dan last night. Were you now? Yeah, I was in that chat room last night. Yeah, it was last night. I was watching it just before I went Ubering, and was still on when I was out there, with the cops. Chris says love Liberland. He also just got his affiliated on Twitch. Yeah, congratulations, Liberland. There's a link there. Jolie put there for Liberland. That's how far I bet. I'm sorry. I know I'm like 15 minutes behind on the chat. Maybe I should just skip down a little bit here. VO says Bobo has a Christian nationalist chip on her shoulder. Who's Liberal Dan? Says Jeff Curry. Oh, Jeff, you know who Liberal Dan is. Don't you go to? You're in his chat. Yeah, you kidder, Jeff. You're so funny. You're just a big kidder. Sayhouse says Bobert gonna have to go back to food poisoning people at Taco Bell. Oh yeah, really. Maybe her getting out of the Congress is not a good thing because we're unleashing her back into the wild, something. 56 says John's way behind in the chat again. Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm gonna skip down then. I'm just gonna skip down, but I do got to read AJX1. He says will not be partaking in Texas convoy. However, nice to see the most pooped on workers unite for a change. Well, okay, so they're uniting. But I don't know. It's like saying it's nice to see the KKK all get together and have a nice little meeting or something. I don't know. That's probably not a very good analogy, but you know what I mean. We've got Jolie putting down another link there for Liberal Dan on Twitch. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm trying to skip down a little bit because I'm kind of far behind on the chat here. So let's see. Ellarian says Douglas Adams wrote Hitchhiker's Guide. And Vincent Owens says, okay, Trigger John, I subscribe. Hey, thank you, Vincent Owens. Thanks for that subscription. I gave the other person there a big thing, so I guess for VO, I was but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome. Get those subs. Paige James says the movie just skims. Once you read the book, you'll get the trilogy in 4 parts. Be ready to laugh. Okay, guys, now the danger is you guys are building it so up that I'll read it and go, but yeah, now I got it. Now I got to get it. I got to do it. I got to do it. AGX1 says, Trucker John channel improved upon. Even the skeptics will say it's like giving a unicorn a makeover. There you go. Thanks, AJ. Greg Giles says Trump means not non-white drug dealers. Oh, yeah. You're right. I stand corrected, Greg. I do stand corrected on that. Steven Sears says, finding myself laughing out loud. There you go. That's a blurb. I'm going to put that blurb somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm going to put it somewhere. Chris says, yet I can't smoke pot for my arthritis in a state where it is legal because I live in federally funded housing. Oh, my goodness. Well, Chris, okay, so now I really do understand your point about Biden. And so Joe, we need you to get off the pot. I mean, wait. That didn't sound right. But we need, yes, because yeah, because you're in this sort of catch-22 situation here. So I understand your anxiousness there. So yeah, Joe, come on, dude, let's do this. Vio says all the drugs being passed out during mine dumps administration seems illegal. Yeah, I think so. I think you're onto something there, Vio. Um, let's see here. Greg Giles, or I think it's Giles, right? There we go with the G. Remember I said G's are tricky. Probably has something to do with like what vowel follows it or something. I don't know. Sunny in Auckland, New Zealand, 75% humidity. So there you go. Nice weather update there coming from Greg Giles down there in the New Zealand. Chris, Oregon. So Chris is up there in Oregon. Come on, we need to get that the feds to get on board with that medicinal marijuana. Paige Dane says, Chris, that's criminal. Can you get tincture or gummies? I can't. I don't smoke anymore. Check out Stoner Gump for instructions to be safe. No need to smoke. Seha says at Paige Jane, don't forget your towel, Babel fish, and microscopic space fleet. This must be all Hitchhiker's Guide little code you guys are talking now. Now I got to get the books so I could be, in the code. So I'll know the code. Let's see here. I'm going to skip down a little bit, just a little bit here. Let's go ahead and skip down because I'm like 20 minutes behind. Because you guys are such great chatters that there's no way I can keep up. There really is no way because you guys are just awesome and chatting, and you're great chatters. You guys, you bring up good topics. Pager Jane says an official don't panic towel. I'm looking at it. Alrighty then. Jeff Curry idea yogurt pants. I'm not sure what yogurt pants are, but they sound delicious. Although I'm not really a big yogurt fan unless it's got like fruit at the bottom. That did not sound right. Shovel says, I'm ashamed of my once beloved Texas. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when Texas was actually blue, right? When they had Democratic governors. And man, what happened to Texas? I blame the Bushes. Chris says, Paige Jane, gummies are expensive, and all it would take is a neighbor snapping a pic of me coming out of a dispensary to get me evicted. I don't know about doing mail order. Yeah, and it's so it's unfortunate that you got to sneak around, and then you're always worried. Did somebody see me? Is someone going to narc on me? So that sucks. Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm on your side, Chris. We need to get Joe on board. I think he is on board, but I mean, we need to hurry it up. We need to hurry. We need to tell him to get a little pep in his step on this subject here. Paige says yogurt pants are a scourge. I'm like Trump. I can't say scourge. Scourge. Like he has trouble with that word. So that's one thing we have in common, unfortunately. On fashion, yogurt pants. Are they edible? That's all I want to know. That's really all I want to know. Vincent Owen says Jeff was there last night too. Over at the Liberal Dan chat room. Yep. Doug G says howdy. Hello, Doug G. Howdy back at you. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for me and like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Paige Day says, mine come to my door just like Uber Eats. Which state? How many years for sending some accidentally? Well, the thing is, okay, maybe you can do Uber Eats. Maybe you can have it delivered. There are dispensaries that have delivery services. Maybe you could do it through the mail. But like Chris was saying, then she's always got to worry about what if somebody narcs her out, You just never know. So I can understand the sort of trepidation, I guess. So we need to get that scheduled as a federally acceptable medicinal, at least medicinal drug, right? Patient A says, "Oh, Shovel, I feel you. I've been to Austin a lot and have a special spot for Texas. I'm praying for you. The money will come kick Abbott's ass." I hope so. I hate that monster. VO says peer pressure. Patient Jane says, now see, I'm behind in the chat, so some of these I'm not sure what we're referring to. So I'm going to go ahead and skip down a little bit. Patient Jane wants to know, so it says there is no overselling the hitchhiker. Let's take a poll. Let's read it. Oh, maybe read it out loud? Maybe do a live reading of Hitchhiker's Guide? Penny Robinson in Prohibition. There, hey, Penny Robinson, thanks for being here. Hope you hit the like button and subscribe and all that good stuff. In Prohibition, exactly. I mean, it didn't work for alcohol. And you know, the two biggest is it detractors or people who are roadblocks about getting opening up pot and you know, making it legal, at least on the federal level. It's been legalized so many places on the state level, but we really do need, like in Chris's situation, we need. That's why we need a federal, you know, I guess legalization of it or whatever. But the two biggest detractors or roadblocks in that are the alcohol industry and probably the beer part of that probably the most, right? Like Budweiser or whatever. And I think drug cartels, you know, who they don't want to see anything, even weed, even though they probably make more money off of coke and all that kind of shit. But you know, they don't want any type of legalization of drugs because, you know, black market drugs, they can make so much more money. So we need to tell both of those entities to kind of like go fuck themselves. Let's see. Patient A says, together, yes, let's get Joe into the pot, onto the pot. There you go. Theo says, yes, get off the pot, Joe. Let it free. Jolie says, thanks for the sub to VO. And I know I'm really behind, so I'm going to skip down a little bit. Looks like some hellos and goodbyes. Or no goodbyes. There's no goodbyes. No one's going anywhere. I will not be, whatever. What did she say? Anyhow, Jeff Curry says, going to the wheat store is more of an experience. Everyone is so nice and happy. Not sure why. Yeah, I wonder why. There's Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth. Thanks for coming by. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much. Our resident economist. Thanks, Elizabeth, for being here. Always good to see you. I'm skipping down because I'm way behind. You guys are saying some nice things, it looks like. Vicky Gingras says, my G's are one hard and one soft. So I'm guessing the first one is the soft one and the second one is the hard one. So it would be Vicky Gingras. Is it Gingras? I'm hoping I'm saying it right. I hate when I mispronounce people's names because, you know, it's not nice, and I like to be nice. Jeff Trey says, VO, there was a taco truck in the parking lot. That's damn genius. We need to get a taco truck in the truck stop. Just saying. And today is Tuesday, by God. So I'm having tacos today. God damn it. Gen X says yogurt pants sounds like a man did something premature. Oh my, Gen X. You had to go there, didn't you? You just had to go there. Let's see. It takes 2 to yogurt pants. Does it? But does it? Fruit at the bottom. Boy, I'm really behind, aren't I? Vicky Gingrass says, you say it like the substances, gin and grass. The French blur it gingras. Well, those French, gingras, Vicky Gingras, you know those French, they're just really Frenchy. Wayne Thompson in the house, in the truck stop. Each time I see Alina Hobbit, She wearing something more expensive. Apparently, she's getting some sort of pay. You know, I'm always saying that anyone who works for Trump, get your money up front, as much of it as you can. Um, let's see here. VO, Vincent Owen says, I write Biden all the time. I might include that housing issue, no names. Um, let's see here. Jolie reminding everyone, like, subscribe, and share. Jeff Curry, I'll refrain from the comment about fruit at the bottom. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for refraining. Chris says, are we going to start a truck stop book club? That would be interesting. I'm all for that. I'm trying to get. I have a bunch of books in my room, and I haven't read a one of them. And I need to. And I want. I'm going to start reading it. I bought the latest. I think it's the latest Cormac McCarthy book at the suggestion of this. There's another guy on YouTube, and he's from Las Vegas, a young kid, but he's like a professor at UNLV. I say young kid. He might be in his 30s, but when you're my age, anyone, even in their 30s, he seems like a kid. But he's a good kid, good guy, and he's a prolific reader. I mean, this guy, all he talks about is reading. I forget his name. I would say it if I remembered his name, and so you could check out his YouTube channel. Gosh, I can't remember his name, but he's a good kid. And this is a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, or at least a year ago, I think. Over a year ago, because I think I was still driving, so it's probably a year and a half ago. Uh, I was on his YouTube channel, and he was really promoting this Cormac McCarthy, and I think that's his favorite author, and he just talks about him all the time. And he was saying, "You guys should get this book, get this book." So then I said, "Yeah, I ordered the book. I'm gonna get the book," and he was all happy. And I told him I was going to read it and report back to him about what I thought about it. And I haven't even cracked the book open yet. And I've had that book for like a year or over a year. So I'm going to start reading. I want to start reading. I'm just too lazy to read. That's the thing about reading is, it takes time. It's different than just watching TV or YouTube or whatever. So I need to discipline myself to start reading again, because I used to read, not prolifically, but I used to read quite a bit. And so I need to start reading. So I'm going to start that with that Cormac McCarthy book. I can't even remember the name of it now. And yeah, so I'm all for reading. Pacer Dane says, I understand you need someone to fetch. Are we back? Hopefully we're back. We got knocked off. I always forget for these last few weeks now to change the setting back so the calls don't come in when I'm on the air. And I keep forgetting to do that. So, but I guess we're back. Let's see. Gulf Marine. Wow, how 41 folks. 41 good folks in here. Chit-chatting away. Chit-chatting our little hearts out. Pacer J says, I'm down for a book club. I'm not exactly sure how book clubs work, but I'm all for reading. Sehao says, Confucius say, man who stand on toilet, high on pot. That's funny. Vio says, no stinking goodbye. No stinking goodbyes. No goodbyes. Let's see here. Jeff Curry says, will someone tell Taylor Swift to get on camera at Super Bowl holding a Bud Light, please? Just add just a little salt to the wound there. While wearing, while taking a knee, wearing a rainbow jacket or something. I don't know. Let's see here. Sehao says, Confucius. Oh wait, did I? Confucius say, get stoned, drink wet cement. There you go. Just coming at him. Boom, boom. One after the other from Sehao. Peter's saying the Confucius. Then Confucius laughed because guy fell off toilet. Laughing my ass off. I think am I? Uh-oh. Oh wait, I thought. Okay, I thought my chat froze for a second there. Chris says, me too, Trucker John. Taco Tuesday, already got my chicken, beef, and shrimp thawing. There you go. Wow. Just a cornucopia of various taco meats. Sounds awesome. I'm starting to, what do you call it? When you levitate? No, levitate. What am I doing? I don't know. Elizabeth says, Confucius says, squirrels sit on rock to crack nuts. Man sit on crack to rock nuts. Oh boy, that's a funny one there. Paisy Jane says, then they'll say, "Look at Taylor getting hammered now. Her 12-year-old fans. She should just buy the whole world." Laughing out loud. She probably could. She's very, 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 very rich. And you know what? People, I've heard a lot of people lately say, I've never even heard one Taylor Swift song." I find that really, 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 really hard to believe. Even if you aren't a Taylor Swift fan, and even if you aren't a fan of that genre or the pop music, she has been probably the most successful pop star of the last decade. So I find it very, 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 very hard to believe that anyone who hasn't been living in some cave where there's no social media, there's no music streaming, no radio, no nothing. If you haven't lived in that situation, then I find it very hard to believe that you haven't heard at least 2 or 3 Taylor Swift songs. Now, you might not be able to name them. I believe that if they say I couldn't name one, because sometimes you just hear music and you don't know the songs if you don't follow it. But to say that you've never heard one, I don't believe that. I think everyone, like I said, unless you've lived in a cave or under a rock somewhere, everyone has heard at least 2 or 3 Taylor Swift songs. I could name them right now. Shake It Up, Shake It Up, Shake It Up. Hey, I'm a Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie. So I mean, her first song, is when it's like, I'm the one for you. I mean, just believe me. Just take my word for it. Everyone has heard a Taylor Swift song. Everybody, and no matter what you say, you've heard it. And she's huge. She's huge. She's huge. She's huge. And I like her. I think she's a very talented young lady. Absolutely talented. Paige Jane says, "Where the fuck do you live where elk and gator are both available?" Sorry, that's messing up something fierce. I don't know where you do that. I really don't know. Okay, I'm skipping down. Jeff Curry says, "Liz, I saw a bumper sticker with Confucius picture comment. I didn't say all that shit." Now that's funny. Nick Rich is pointing out. Okay, so that's where that happened a few minutes ago. So I think I'm about 5 minutes behind now. Paige Jane PJ says, "I'm very hopeful. I keep saying I have faith in America because it's full of Americans. God bless America and all Americans." Thank you very much. I'm skipping down. Trying to get caught up here. More with the Confucius. Gen X George says, "Dad used to say, Confucius says, if you feel guilty, you probably are." But I'm not sure if that was worthy of a drum sting, but Stephen Sayer says, "Truly a round kitchen table, Trucker John." Thanks, Trucker John. You are more than welcome, Stephen Sayers. Salivate. That was what I was trying to say. Thank you, Paisa Jane. Salivate. 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 There's another one from Chris. Salivate. Yes, I was salivating over the tacos. Paisa Jane says, "Me neither. Only Taylor Swift I've heard is clips on news before I turn off the news." I don't believe it, Paisa Jane. You've heard it play somewhere in the background and you just didn't realize it. She's huge. She's everywhere. She rules the world. Golf and Marine says, "I heard the songs, I just don't know it." You've absolutely heard the songs. Stephen Sayer says, "Lunchtime." Okay. It is getting there. Even for me, it's almost 11. Been on almost an hour and a half. VO says she has fun doing it too. I think so. She seems like she does. Gen X George says, "I've been on Twitch for house show. Vincent Owens. It's easier to type names on my phone that way." Let's see here. The chat stopped for me. Works fine now. Yeah, it did kind of. As Jeff Sherry, "Shake It Up" was by the Cars. Just saying. Well, you can have. There is no copyright on titles. You can have songs with the same titles. Paige Day says, "But I have Total respect for her talent and brains. You don't achieve what she has almost flawlessly without hard work and sacrifice. Sale says, not a big Swift fan, but I'm cool with her riding with Biden. Golf Marine says, gotta get a cup of Joe. Alrighty then. You go at it. Get that Joe. Or is it Joe Biden? Vio says, Taylor seems genuine. I think she is. Chris says, not really my cup of tea as far as TS goes. Nothing gets her personally. Did she do a halftime show ever? If she didn't, she should. I'm not this one. I know that there was someone was saying that they already have Usher. Usher's going to do this year's, but I think she would do a great halftime show. And then all you guys could say, "Oh, I heard that song. Oh, I heard that. Oh, I remember that song." Because everyone's saying they've never heard her. If she did a halftime show and she did like a bunch of her hits, and people go, "Oh yeah, I've heard that song. I didn't know that was Taylor Swift." I guarantee a bunch of you guys are going to go, "Oh yeah, I heard that song." Steve Sayers says, I don't listen to the radio. My wife rattled off 15 Swift songs that I hadn't heard. But you heard them. Hey, you don't, I don't have a radio either. Everything's all streamed, you know. And I've got Taylor Swift on some of my playlists, you know. Pennsylvania says, I agree. That's why I like her. Not a fan of her music, but I've mad respect for her as a genuine human being. My highest compliment. Well, you know what? She has some good songs out, guys. I'm just saying. She does have some good songs. Butterflies are free. Butterflies are free. Thanks for being here. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I hope that you like and I hope you subscribe to the show. We are on a current goal of 1,500 subs by end of week. So if you could hit the sub button for me, that would be so awesome. Butterflies are free says, Trucker Chat Takeover. Who dis? I'm Trucker John, and welcome to the truck stop. Butterflies are free. At least he's funny. Who funny? Who funny? Jeff Curry says, you can't be in almost any store without hearing a Taylor song. Know it or not. There you go, Jeff. There you go. Butterflies free. He is part of the God's Army convoy. Who is? Not me. Stan Benner, why not part of the Take Our Border Back convoy? Hey, Stan. Thanks for being here, by the way. New names, new faces I'm seeing. So awesome to see you guys in here. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe for me. If you do, I might break into song. I just might break into a little song if you guys tell me that you subbed me. That would be really, really awesome. 50 Nick Richards says 2 p.m. here. It's 11:04 here in Las Vegas. Las Vegas mean time. Elizabeth says she's beautiful, talented, smart, and morally principled. I couldn't pick one of her songs out of 2, but I'm a fan. Well, you know what, guys? Here's my assignment to you. After Trucker John is over for today, you go on to Apple Music or whatever your iTunes or whatever, and you go and just click on Taylor Swift and listen to her best of or whatever, her medley of hits. Please, just do that for me. And then you're gonna go, wow, she's really good. Or what? Trucker John was right. She's good. Oh, she's good. And look, I'm a rocker. I'm Van Halen and I'm Aerosmith and I'm, all these bands. But that doesn't mean I can't like Taylor Swift and enjoy her music. Just like, I like a little Whitney Houston every now and then. That's not hard rock. That's anything but. But, she had some great songs. She was a great, talented, great singer. So, you don't have to just like one beat into one little genre. And that's it. You can expand your horizons a little bit. And it's okay to like Willie Nelson. I like Willie Nelson. That doesn't mean I'm a hardcore Willie Nelson fan or even a hardcore country, fan. I like Dwight Yoakam a lot. One of my favorite all time performers. I've seen Dwight. I went to a couple of concerts. I got laid because of one of his concerts, all night long. It was a great concert. Um, but I'm not really. That's not really when I think of like overall my musical taste. It's all kind of hard rock oriented, right? But that doesn't mean I can't like other stuff. So expand your horizons. Go out there and wouldn't it be something? Well, Taylor Swift is probably already at the tops of the charts, but wouldn't MAGA just hate it if all of a sudden she just blows up again in the charts? Like the I-list tunes and charts and all that things of this nature. Anyhow, VO catching up now. Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up here. Jeff Curry says you can't be in an American Eagle store without hearing Taylor or Ariana Grande at least 10 minutes, for at least every 10 minutes. Ariana Grande, another great talented young lady. Ariana Grande, even though I didn't like her comments she made one time when she licked the donut, but she was young and I'm willing to forgive. Selena Gomez, I really like Selena Gomez. Olivia Rodrigo, she's really good, and she has a little more really a rock sound to her, pop music, and she vents, I think, a little more to the rock side. So I like that. Who are the other ones? The other young girls? That didn't sound right. Well, anyhow, but so I like. But the point I was trying to make is I like a lot of stuff. Butterflies Free, she sure is talented. She is. She's just immensely talented. Great songwriter. She's been writing songs since she was literally a little girl. She's been writing songs. Paisley says, agreed. I've heard them. I've not listened to them. I'd say that Shake It Off. Oh, maybe I said the wrong title. Huh? She breaks records, and then I hear her. She's sold a lot of records, and she just comes to town, and it becomes Taylor Swift mania. She was in Vegas. It's hard for Vegas to become like a mania, and she took over the town when she was here last year. Her fans, I was taking fans to the concert. Fans were flying in from all over the country, from other countries, just to see this show in Vegas. So she's a huge global force as far as I'm concerned. Butterflies Free plays several instruments too. Yeah, I know she plays guitar, for sure. Let's see here. 72 says, stand because it's a bunch of right-wing nut jobs doing the convoy. Got us a convoy. We got us a convoy of truth going on here in the truck stop. That's what our convoy is, the convoy of truth. That's right. Page 8 says, yeah, me and the malls and shopping, irreconcilable differences. Hate shopping, that explains it. And I've headphones in all the time. All right, PJ. I'm sorry if I said that, if I accused you of not believing you when you said you haven't heard any Taylor Swift songs. I apologize. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you've had the headphones on and you're listening to Grateful Dead, which is fine. Nothing wrong with Grateful Dead. But when you go on your iTunes, whatever, just go ahead and maybe search Taylor Swift. Maybe just for, an hour. Jeff Curry says, went to see Bush, said I didn't know any of their songs. I knew every one of them when played. Yeah, Bush had a bunch of songs in the, mainly from the 90s, right? And I like Bush. They're really good. They're a good band. VO says, if your wife heard them, you probably did too. Just selective hearing, laughed out loud. Gen X George does Tia sing that song, Shake, Shake, Shake Your Ding-a-ling. I believe that was Chuck Berry, by the way. Boom. Steve says, I don't think Swift has done halftime. She definitely should. Absolutely. I think it'd be a great show. But could you imagine, like, all the maggots would just melt. Their faces would melt off. They would be just so sad. Petty J says, cheers to 416 and the truck stop. There you go. Elizabeth, driving democracy home. Yeah, we are in our little truck stop convoy. Marie Jane Grego, I don't care for Taylor Swift's music at all. All right, Marie. You don't have to, but I'm just saying. I think everyone has heard it. And apparently, you have heard it because you say you don't like it. So, kind of proves my point. Greg Giles. Jesus is waiting to cross the border. He's just waiting so patiently, in line, going legally. I guess he's doing the legal way. I guess apparently. Um, Basil J says Taylor can't touch halftime now. Sadly, she would kill it because she knows how to perform in a stadium. But with the boyfriend, yes, I'm going to listen. Okay. Let's see here. Elizabeth says "My Ding-a-Ling" and "Shake Your Booty" are two different songs. Yeah, but might be a good medley. AGX1 says Miley Cyrus should be the top of a discussion over Taylor Swift. I love Miley Cyrus. I absolutely adore her. I think she's. I don't think she has the greatest voice like some of the others, but I think she's talented, and I listen to her songs too. I think I love Miley Cyrus. In fact, I'm thinking now I'm gonna make a playlist of Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez and Olivia Rodrigo and Billie Eilish, who apparently are a couple now. I think I'm gonna make my own little playlist because you guys are putting this idea in my head here. Vince's music club instead of book club, or maybe both. Maybe we could do both. You know. Steve Sayers says, "Done, did deal, like, subscribe." Oh, thank you so much. Oh, wait, did I give you the song? Steven Sayers is a new subscriber to the Trucker John channel. He's a new subscriber to the channel. Steven Sayers. There, that way you could clip that out and it'd be like your own little personal message. I don't know. I just did that on the fly. I do that. I'm fly that way. Jeff Curry, rock music, getting into my wheelhouse. 56 Nick Riz says, I'll gladly boost Taylor Swift's YouTube algorithm. There you go. Jackie, Stevie Nicks fan. Me too. I love Stevie Nicks. But I can also love Taylor Swift. See how that works? It's not just one or the other. You know? It's not a zero-sum game here. I love me some Stevie Nicks. Jackie, thanks for being here, by the way. I know you were here earlier, and you're kind of lurking a little bit. So we drew you out, Jackie. We drew you out with this Taylor Swift talk. Plays Today says, The Weeknd, that was epic. I'm massive hip-hop fan. I can tell you guys that Snoop, Dr. Dre, Mary J's show was disappointing. They didn't play the stadium. Please don't hate me. I remember that. That was at LA, right? When SoFi, I think, right? I think that was the one. Yeah, because that's where a lot of those bands were from, LA, like Snoop and stuff. But anyhow, I'm not really a big hip hop fan, so it probably didn't resonate with me as much as a hip hop fan. But I thought it was okay. And the Weeknd, he got pilloried by so many people saying he sucked and all this stuff, but and that he didn't have a very big songs that they knew. That's another one. But he doesn't have the catalog that Taylor Swift has. She has a huge music catalog. She's been around for at least a decade now, right? And the Weeknd has only been around for a few years, and he only has a few songs. So what did you expect? What did they expect? To just magically be able to whip out 30 big hits? The guy's got 2 or 3 big hits, and that's not his fault. It's because he's relatively new to the music scene, at least in that capacity of having hit songs. So you weren't going to get a lot of hit songs out of him, but people were just saying, "Oh, there's no songs," and blah blah blah. Well, you should have gone into it and said, "Yeah, there's really only like 2 or 3 songs that are even famous." So anyhow. And you know what? People put too much really into this halftime shows. For many, many years, I never even watched the halftime shows. I mean, we'd always have little Super Bowl parties, and halftime was when you would go out and shoot baskets, or you would, or you would get a little football game going, a little touch football, not flag football, it's touch football. You would throw the ball around. you would do something, and then you would reload you go back and reload your plate with a bunch of food and grab a beer or a Pepsi or something and get ready for the second half. I very rarely ever watched the halftime show. Like even when with the Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake thing, with the wardrobe malfunction, supposedly, I missed all that because we were at my cousin Randy's house in Simi Valley, California, for the Super Bowl, and during halftime we were out in the backyard, a bunch of us guys and kids, because there were a bunch of kids. They had a basketball, rim in the backyard, and we were just shooting baskets. We're playing like 21 or whatever, or horse. I guess it was horse. It wasn't 21. And then we're just shooting baskets, just trying to get up and stretch our feet a little bit. And then I remember I went and the game was almost ready to start. So I went back, grabbed a bunch more food and another beer, and got in my seat. And then there was some of the crowd. They were watching the halftime show, and they were talking about it. And I was like, "What happened? What happened?" I didn't even see it happen. So I missed the nip slip. I missed it. So I rarely even. Well, nowadays the last few, I guess I've watched it because I just sit on my ass during halftime. But I used to never even watch the halftime shows. Let's see here. Steve Sayers, do I put an app on my phone to get music? Seriously, I'm 73. Well, there's no age restriction. You can still, no matter how old you are, you can. Yeah, there are apps for that. I use Apple Music. They have that. So that's an app, right? There's iTunes. There's Spotify, but I got off Spotify when they gave Joe Rogan all that money as a protest. I mean, I still have the app, but I never go on it. But I was like a paid. I had like a paid subscription so that you don't have to listen to commercials. But I went in and canceled that when they gave Joe Rogan that big money deal, because I think Joe Rogan was really not even that he's a hack or whatever, but he was delivering, I think, a lot of really dangerous disinformation about COVID. So I was like, I don't support him getting this huge contract. So I canceled that subscription, and that's when I became a House Sparks paid member or whatever, because I figured I'm going to take the money out of Spotify and I'll give that to House Sparks. But yeah, so it doesn't matter how old you are. You can download music and music apps and things of this nature. Jeff Curry says, Ted Nugent said Taylor has no talent. Yeah, coming from a guy who is an asshole. So Taylor, hey, there's TT. Hi, John in chat. Thanks TT for being here. Marie Jern, I love Florence and the Machine. Marie, I love Florence and the Machine. I've got lots of her songs on my playlist. I love Florence and the Machine. She's fucking awesome. Vio says, when I was young back in the 70s, I only heard the music and didn't follow it. Learn about artists much later. Yeah, especially back in the 70s, there was no internet. So you had to buy like magazines. They had like rock magazines and things of this nature. Basil James says, American Horror Story, Stevie actually performs most of the songs live. One of 4 times in my life, I teared at the screen. I remember that American Horror Story, that season, and she was one of the witches. She was awesome. I love Stevie Nicks. I love me some Stevie Nicks. Okay, I'm going to skip down because I'm way behind. Gulf Marine says, I'm a 57-year-old punk rocker. Attitude is everything. Amen. Paisley J says, just pop Taylor Swift into YouTube. Bingo, she'll be there. If you can get the truck stop, you're rocking it. Yeah, we could have some Taylor Swift playing in the background. But of course, on YouTube, you get copyright strikes. So Jolie says, I love Selena Gomez. My daughters grew up watching her on Wizard of Waverly Place. We love watching the show together. So glad she grew up into such a wonderful human. Yeah, she seems really sweet and got a good head on her shoulders. Elizabeth, driving democracy home. Chris says Benedict Donald hates Taylor Swift because she draws crowds that he could only have wet dreams about. Oh yeah, and I wish I would have made it to the. I probably should have went over there anyhow. On Saturday, Trump was here in town in Vegas to do one of his rallies, and during that show I said I was going to go over there and maybe video it or whatever, but I didn't realize that he was actually talking as I was the same time I was doing my live stream. And by the time I finished the live stream, and then I got dressed, I got my boots on, and I think he was already in it because I found a live feed that I was watching, and then it was already over by the time I hadn't even left the house yet, or the apartment. Um, but maybe I should have went over there anyhow just to check it out because they did it from a park. It's called Big. You guys maybe have Big League Dreams. That's sort of I guess a franchise. You might have one in where you live, where basically they're just baseball fields, and out in the along the fence they put these sort of plywood looking kind of replicas of like Yankee Stadium. They sort of painted it up to look like Yankee Stadium or Dodger Stadium or Wrigley Field or whatever. And so basically they're just baseball fields, and that apparently that's where he was at. I didn't go out there, but according to what I saw on the internet, he was at the Big League field, whatever they call it. I just said what it was, and I can't remember what they call it. And I should have went out there maybe and just to see what it looked like. There might have still been people milling around, but I didn't go because it was done. He was, But that's what he's doing. He's doing these. He's in a park. You know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and skip on down. So if I'm skipping your stuff, it's because I'm way, 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 way behind. We got Patrick Thompson. Looks like a new face, a new name. There's not really a face, but a new name. Let me see what Patrick Thompson has to say. I don't listen to Swift that much, but I have enjoyed a bunch of her music videos. I might like Miley's voice more, though. I don't really listen to her either, but I like her voice. I like her voice. Yeah, I just admit that she might not be able to really hit those big kind of high notes or whatever, but she's a great singer. I'm not a great singer, but I think she's a great performer. And I like. There's something about Miley I like. I think that I think she's kind of cool, kind of a cool chick. And I like her songs, especially the ones that are a little bit more rock oriented. But she's good. I got nothing against her, and I know like she went through that phase where she was really kind of, how do I say this? I don't know, slutty or whatever. That she was a kid. She was going through a phase, and she was sort of rebelling, and that's what she deserved to have that time, to be this sort of rebellious time, And now she's getting older, she's maturing, and I think she's really good. Steve says, Trucker John, you're embarrassing me. Oh, when I did the song? Sorry, Steven, I didn't mean to embarrass you. Actually, I'm the one that should be embarrassed because I probably looked really ridiculous. Jolie says, I missed the old Trucker John theme song. You should play it for chat. I know, but it's a whole thing. It's a whole process because I've got it on my SoundCloud and it's on this iPad, and I'm using the iPad to read the chat. So if I do that means I'm going to go off of that. Well, I could do that. And then hopefully, see, I have this external speaker, and for some reason, I don't know. I've got this speaker plugged in, and it's dead.
Battery low. Connected to Dad's iPad.
I don't know why it says battery low. I've had the thing plugged in, and it seems like it's not charging for some reason. It's a Bose speaker. Am I still on, hopefully? Oh. Hopefully I'm still on. But it is like a whole thing to do. Let's see if I can find SoundCloud on here. There's SoundCloud. And can you guys hear it? The speaker is not coming on now. I don't know what's wrong with this speaker. See, this is the speaker just from, this is from, everything's freezing up, man. There we go. It's just taking forever. But yeah, I used to run these at the beginning of my shows because it worked better. I had this speaker and it would come out through the speaker. But now this damn speaker won't even work. And I don't know why. It's plugged in. I've been charging it.
Battery low. Connected to Dad's iPad. Connected.
I don't know what's going on. Now it just I guess I got to put this in the trash can because it's a worthless piece of crap. Anyhow. On here. All right. Nothing wants to work anymore. But let me. I think it's paused. Okay. I didn't want that to just keep playing in the background. But okay. So there's that. One of these days I'll get my shit together and figure out how to work shit. I don't know why this speaker is not working. It's plugged in. I even had to rebuy this little charging cord because I couldn't find the one I had. I ordered it from Amazon. It was like $11 for the power cube thing and for the cord. And I don't know why it's not charging. Makes no sense.
Battery low.
Battery low. I don't know why it's not charging. It just that kind of stuff frustrates me to no end. You know, I don't know why it's not charging. AJX1 says I wiggle my finger to TS Taylor Swift, but I will nod my head and perhaps shed a tear to Miley Cyrus. Okay, well I like them both. Golf Marie says anyone who doesn't know the Clash, check them out. Well, of course, the Clash. They're awesome. They're classic. They expressed our political feelings better than we can. Pacer Jane says last show Hamilton '92 show in Rich Stadium was just different than Canada. So glad I got to meet my U.S. deadheads and don't travel over the border. Oh, for Grateful Dead, I guess. Pacer James, it's a 5-minute show. Only need 3. For the halftime? No, it's like a 15 or 20-minute show. Golf Marine Black Flag is something else entirely, too gritty for most. I'm just going to skip down because I know I'm way, way behind. Pacer Jane, Frank Zappa. Yeah, I like Frank Zappa. Oh, is Adam Westus here? Adam Westus says, I hate this place. You hate the Trucker John channel? Or what place are you talking about? Gulf Marine Pistols are awesome. Paige Jane, which place? Yeah, I was wondering which place you were talking about. Vincent Owens, I got back from my Kvefi and another friend shows up, Adam Westish. Peter Jane, I love Smiley. I think she may be Janis Joplin reincarnated. Girl's Got Soul. Yeah, she's getting there. She's getting there. Well, I wish I could. I'm broke as shit. Yeah, that sucks being broke. I feel your pain. Golf Marine, lifelong Ramones fan. Rest in peace, all of them. I know all the Ramones are gone now. They're all gone. But they lived quite a life. They packed a lot of life into those years. I'm just skipping down. Not meaning to skip you, but I'm really, really behind. So I'm just kind of gonna skip down here a little bit. Let's see here. Patient Jane, I've moved 25 times, 5 in the last 6 years, but never left my hood. Best part of 416. Oh, the 416. Yeah, there you go. Over border in Scarborough. Okay, yeah, remember we, last time I said 412 or something like that. Terry Murray, she's a bar singer. Terry Murray, thanks for being here, by the way. Were we talking about Miley Cyrus, or who are we talking about? Or Janice, I don't know. Adam West says, a few years ago, I'd do a few jobs, collect a few $1,000s, then change everything. Too much PTSD for that now. Let's see. So some of you got into conversation of moving and living in certain places. I must have skipped, because I've been skipping. So I must have skipped how we got on that subject. But I'm just skipping on down here a little bit. Little bit. Pager Jane says, please refrain from discussing the weather until we ask. It can be traumatic when it's minus 30. I am kidding. Yeah, like I said, I had that passenger a few days ago from the Yukon up there, and she said it was minus 30 degrees when she left. So that's no lie. That is no lie. 56 inch Twitch PJ, I've lived in the same apartment for the past 18 years. I want to move this summer. That's a long time to be in the same apartment. Elizabeth says, so sorry, Adam Westish. Sending her love to you. Yeah, we hope things get better for you there, Adam. Golf Marine says, I've seen the whole world, and there really is no better place to live than California and the USA. I'm born and raised in California, lived my first 59 years in California. And even though I lived my life out in the desert, if I had the money, I'd rather either live like on the beach, not a block from the beach, not 2 blocks from the beach, but like on the beach, or a really nice place up in the mountains somewhere. But I lived in the desert because that's all I could afford. The desert is a little bit cheaper living, right? Cheaper cost of living. I couldn't afford to live in, big cities like San Francisco or LA or even San Diego, even and San Francisco and San Diego have some of the most beautiful areas, and even LA, there's some beautiful areas. But I can't afford it. So I've always lived in the desert. That's what I can afford. And even then, I still love California. I think California is a great state. So, no matter what anyone says, still a great state. Let's see here. I'm just skipping down here. Paisley Jane says, it was too cold in San Diego in August when I was there. I was shocked Toronto is much hotter in summer. San Diego, in August, it can stay in the 70s. It'll hit 80s. And there even sometimes, it'll get 100. You must have caught it, even though it was August, you must have just caught it when they were in a little bit of a cooler trend. But they can get some warm days during the summer. But San Diego overall, my experience is San Diego has, overall, generally speaking, has some of the best, I think, weather in the country. Animus says you need either a new charging cord or maybe the battery is dead. Well, I just bought that charging cord. It's a brand new charging cord. So if the battery is dead, why isn't, and I have it charged, I have it plugged in, why is it not charging? That's what I want to know. Why is it not charging? I got it plugged in. See, I got this. I bought this and the cord. This is brand new because I couldn't find the one that I had. It's probably in a box somewhere, and I couldn't find it. And you know, it's plugged in over here. I don't know why it's not charging. Anyhow, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, I'm skipping down because I've gotten way behind in the chat. Paisy Jane, Deadheads and Hitchhikers in House. John Dietering, Hattie's Lonely Boy. I don't know what that's about. That's what happens when you skip. Then you get kind of out of the loop. Vincent Owens, every time I get a little money ahead, it has to go to something unexpected. And what just says, Sarah Murray, I don't know. I'm fantasizing that someday I will have a remote job and can just live here and travel whenever I want. Make it happen, Adam. Make it happen. Make it happen, Adam. Jeff Curry, I wish someone would explain to me how Keith Richards is still alive. He's got a good constitution. I don't know. Let's see here. Surrender Monkey. Hey there, Surrender Monkey. I watched you avoiding the police video earlier. Are you back doing the hitchhiking thing? I'm here. We're in the truck stop. We're in a convoy that has stopped at the truck stop, and we're not the white nationalist, conservative white nationalist religious convoy. We're not a part of that convoy. We're just a part of the Trucker John Truth Crusade. That sounds weird too. We're just here. We're just here chilling. We're part of the chillin' convoy. That's what we are. The chillin' convoy. So let's see here. I'm skipping down because I'm way behind. I'm way behind in the chats. Let's see here. We're talking and we're talking. We're all just talking in the chat today. We're at the truck stop and we're talking about stuff every day. Let's see here. I'm just skipping down. I'm trying to get caught up with you guys. John Dietering, my San Diego stories are epic. I remember going down there a few times. I had some epic times back in my youth. Went to a friend of mine's bachelor party, and it ended up being this huge kind of thing where people were just sort of crashing the party. I remember something about naked strippers and literally an anaconda. Yeah. Elizabeth says, phone died, y'all gotta get it charged. Gotta let it charge, I mean. All right, Elizabeth. Well, you probably can't hear me right now. I don't know. But hopefully you get that charged up. Speaking of things that are dead batteries and things of this nature. Swindler Monkey says, that Trucker John, your best option is to ask a neighbor to try their charger to see if it charges. That's okay. That's okay, because you have to have a special charger, I think.
Battery low. Connected to.
See, it goes on and then it just shuts off. I don't know what's wrong with it. It pisses me off because, you know, I paid over $100 for that stupid speaker. And maybe to some of you, all $100 doesn't sound like a lot, but to me it is. And then I went ahead and had bought for like $11 or something a new charging cord and a new charger thingy. On top of that, even though I think I have the old one somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So it's just frustrating. Because it's a nice sounding speaker. It's a Bose speaker. It has nice sound. But what good is it if it's not going to work? Anywho, Golf Marine says TYT is bringing me down lately, and it has been a defeatist doom and gloom merchant. Get out. Just get out of TYT. Don't do anything with them. Don't associate with them. Don't give them clicks. Don't give them anything. Don't give them watch time. They don't deserve it. All they want to do is create the doom and gloom scenario, and they're just trying to clickbait you into, bashing Biden, pretending to be progressives or whatever. Just run. You in trouble, girl. Get out of there. Just get out of there and don't look back. Run away and don't look back. That's all I got to say about TYT. That's all I got to say about that. Paisley Jane says, there is. This is probably a response to something else. I'm coming halfway into this little conversation, but I thought it was interesting. She said, people walking dogs are getting attacked by coyotes in broad daylight. If that doesn't sound like a Ramones song, I don't know what does. I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Paisley Jane, Toronto. I'm a city girl. Subway down the street, and also freaking coyotes and foxes. They're hungry. They're coming in. They're trying to find. Apparently, maybe their resources are getting dried up or something. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just skipping on down to the east side. Skipping on down to try to get caught up in the chat. Edward says battery or charging port or charging. Look, I already showed you. Are you watching or just listening? Sometimes you just listen. Okay, look, this is my speaker. Bose speaker. This is my charging cord. I just bought this a few months ago or a couple months ago. This is my charging cord. This is the charging cube that you plug in, right? Plug this in here. Plug this into the speaker. I got all the shit. This is brand new shit. This is brand new. This is a few years old. But I thought it would last more than a few years. I guess I'm used to the times when things would last for fucking ever. Or, hopefully we're back. And we're back. I didn't know that these had such a limited lifespan. I thought these things would last 10 years or something, And it hasn't been 10 years. It's only been... To me, it seems like a year, but it's probably been 3 years or something. I probably bought this like 3 years ago. And I plug it in. And okay, so now there's a little like orange light kind of blinks a couple times and it just goes off. Oh, now there's a red light that went on and off. But it should be charging. And at some point it should get a green light. And this thing has been plugged in for like a long time. It should be fully charged, but it's not. So I don't know why it's not charging. Okay, anyhow, there's that. That's that. Okay, I'm skipping, guys. I'm skipping the chats. But I appreciate you guys are just little chatty chatters. And that's awesome. So thanks for being here in the chat and chatting. Marianne D says, I left TYT a long time ago. Couldn't stand Anna. I watched House Sparks, Midas Touch, Bo of the Fifth, and now Trucker John. Thank you very much. And that, I feel like that's pretty good company that you put me in there. So thank you so much, Marianne. I don't know who Bo the Fifth is. I think someone did mention Bo the Fifth on maybe the last show, and I said I was going to check him out, and I never have. So I need to make a note of that. Apparently, Bo the Fifth is a good one. Paige Jane, Hal led me to trucker. Hal is a gateway drug. Oops, Hal's clean. Shh, not like that. But yeah, some things are okay, you know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just skip down, guys. I'm probably like a half an hour behind in the chat, so I'm just skipping on down. I'm skipping on down to the east side. Adam Witch says Bose has stuff that looks high quality, but it seems to die quickly. The few times I've been able to afford Bose products. So what you're saying is I probably need to get a new speaker. This one's probably beyond repair. I'm gonna have to break down and buy a new speaker if I want to adequately play my theme song. But I can play it on the iPad speaker. We could do an outro with that through that way. Adam Webster says, I bet you 100% it's the battery or charging port needs to be repaired. So by battery, you mean like the battery inside here? There's a battery. Can you be repaired? I don't even know if you can repair them. There's like not even a way to open this that I know of. Oh, maybe. Does this peel off? Ooh. Does this thing open? At this point, I don't even care if I break it. So this little thing, I don't know if I'm supposed to take that off. But all of this is just a big kind of rubber covering. I'm probably just totally destroying it. I don't know. Well, anyhow, I'll mess with this later.
Battery low. Connected to Ted's iPad.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Taylor says, I completely agree about Timothy John. I haven't watched them for a while now. The Biden bashing was getting old. And I hope that's a sign, a good sign. Like I've left them. I haven't watched them really in many years, even before all this. But hopefully there's a trend of people leaving them and seeing them for what they are. It's just being just muckrakers, just trying to stir up shit just for clicks, just for that, for that. Not being like someone who would put someone's name in the title of their show. What have I done? What have I done? Golf Marine says you gotta baby that charging port. Open it up and bypass the. If there's a red light, place it down carefully so the red light remains lit. Don't move it. Wow. Well, okay. It's sitting. I have it. It's sitting on a little kind of table thing over here. I'm just gonna push the button very gently. See, nothing happens. I didn't know you had to be so gentle with these things. This thing is supposed to be like an outdoor, outdoor. It's got this rubber coating around it. See, now when I push the button, there's nothing. I'm not getting any lights or anything. I'm pushing all the buttons now. I'm just probably going to end up just tossing this one.
Battery low. Connected to Ted's iPad.
See, well, it said it was connected. Oh. See, then it just shuts off. Like the lights come on and then it just shuts off, and then I think it's just dead again. Yeah, there's something going on there. Something's not right. I'm just gonna toss it. It will charge. It's been plugged in for a long time. It's not charging. Sayal says, Chris, unfortunately you got to redneck fix it, tear it open, and find a replacement and solder a new one. Yeah, see, I'm not doing any of that shit. So this thing is gonna go in the trash. John Derding, oh, you're the trucker John. You're the trucker John. I am. I am the trucker John. I am the trucker John. Yeah. The one and only. Surrender Monkey says, I left 2x after the guy went all vigilante shooting folk. 2x really badly misrepresented what was going on. And Hal Sparks made it make sense. I don't watch any 2x at all. Well, I applaud you. And I think you made a great move going over to Hal Sparks. And now over here to Trucker John. I think those are some great decisions that you've made. So I applaud you. I applaud you, sir. Tip of the hat. Tip of the hat to you. Paige James says, yes, this is the OG Trucker John and the truck stop. Paige says, don't open the battery. No. Okay. I'm behind here. I'm going to go ahead and skip it on down. Everyone's talking about Bose has guarantee. Yeah, but this thing, like I said, is 3 years. So I think whatever warranty it came with, I think it's probably only a year. So I think this is way past that. Like I said, I just thought this thing would last like 10 years or something. I'm really disappointed. Disappointed. I'm disappointed. Very disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Golf Marine says TYT thinks we're stupid. Vince Owens, I stopped TYT because I don't like getting yelled at. I know, I hear you, man. I hear you. Let's see here. Hedge Enemy says, during the 2016 election, they staged some raid from Alex Jones and those shitheads, and it was so fake. Two sides of the same coin. I wrote them off after that. Yeah, I think I remember something where they were at some sort of, what was it, like Radio Nation thing or whatever. And then Jones was, there was like him and Jink were going to get into a fight or something. It was just so stupid. I remember seeing that. Golf Marine, you just can't manhandle it. What? I'm not manhandling it. I mean, this thing was in my truck for 2 years, bouncing around in my truck. Whoops. And it worked fine then, but maybe it just had enough of being in the truck. Maybe that killed it. But then it just sat around for a year. I really haven't used it for almost a year. So what can I say? Page name says, Sayhouse says, Trucker John, go to YouTube, type in the model number of the speaker with the words battery replace. So you can just pop this open and there are like batteries in here that you can replace. I don't even know, like I started doing this and everyone was saying, no, don't do that. So I don't know, I'm kind of confused now. Basically, it says that my speaker, I'll not go down the rabbit hole of tech versus sound, but sound is amazing and superior code is shit. Okay. Adam Wish, I have a JBL that's lasted like 8 years in a Hawaii salt air, which is very unusual. Maybe I should switch to JBL then, from Bose to JBL. AJAX1 says mid-price products. Mid-price products. Terry Myers, I've been watching the Homeland Security impeachment shit show sickens me. That's why I don't watch, because I don't want to get sick. Surrender Monkey says, I'm an electronics engineer. I refurbished George Lucas' main mixing desk at Skywalker Ranch Studio. Your only option to fix speaker is open with hammer, throw in bin. Well, thank you. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I might not even I'll use the hammer. I'm just going to throw it right in the bin. Vincent Owens, I am what I am. Terry Taylor, so sorry about your speaker, John. That sucks. We have a Marshall speaker that is an amazing little speaker. Oh, maybe I'll check out Marshall. Vio says, your voice track is off now. Uh-oh. My voice track is off? Am I out of sync? Am I not syncing? I probably screwed it up because every time that would go on the Bluetooth, it would pause this. So, but this is just the iPad. I'm doing the show off of the iPhone. So that's kind of weird. Say how it says, yeah, all that wireless crap has a lifespan of the lithium battery. Yeah, that's right. I wish that those batteries that Hal talks about, those diamond, what are they, like diamond batteries? I wish those would come out because supposedly they last like 1,000,000 years. When is that shit gonna come out? Come on, man. Golf Marine says, Fish Called Wanda reference, disappointed. Kevin Kline's character. Yep, I remember that. I'm just skipping down. Gen X George says, you have to recharge your stuff even if you don't use it. The battery will fail from being dead too long. You know what? I did have that battery just like it would just, for almost a year, I probably didn't even use it. It was just sitting somewhere in the truck or in a box or something. When I stopped driving, it's been been about a year since I stopped driving the big truck. And for that whole time, I really didn't use it until I finally unpacked it. And so, yeah, that fits the description that you just described. So maybe that's it. Adam Worship says, John, listen to Pesa Jane. Let her repair it. That's okay. We don't need to go to all that trouble for this little speaker. Pesa Jane, Hal and I say the same thing at the same time. It's freaky. Well, you know, Hal, I don't even know if you know this, but he steals from me quite often. But that's okay. You know, it's okay. Still love the guy. Pesa Jane, he's one of the few people that I think could possibly be smarter than me. And I was just thinking about that yesterday, about how Sparks, I think he's really smart. And I was thinking about ego. He's talking about his ego, and I'm thinking about my ego, and I'm thinking, yeah, I could have a pretty big ego sometime. And one of the main difference between me and Hal is that he's so much smarter than I am. And I was just thinking, you know, it's not just that he's smart, but he has this almost, I would say, near fucking photographic memory. And that is half the battle to being smart, if you ask me. If he didn't have that memory, we might be down at the same level, you know. But he has an awesome memory, and that is really, really, I'm not going to say that's all there is to being smart, because I think you still have to be smart. You can have a great memory and be a dumbass, and you just, you know. But he's really, really smart, but he can, I think, read something one time and just fucking memorize it pretty much. You know, I mean, it's amazing, his memory. Let's see here. I kind of, something went down. Don't open bows are delicate, Pesa James was saying. I don't know. I kind of skipped it. I kind of missed the thread here that was going on. Pesa James said, exactly, he's hilarious. I guess we're talking about Hal. Hal is very funny, but he does steal from me. And I'm just kidding. You know, it's tongue in cheek. You know. Jeff Curry, Steven, I used to hang out with him. I realized that it was not a good idea. I thought see him die a few times from stupid shit. I'm not sure who we're talking about. So that's what happens when you skip the chat. You miss the thread. I'm out of the thread. Surrender Monkey says, I get free stuff from Sony as being in the tester program. It's awesome. You should do that. So what do you do? Just go on Sony.com or something and say, I would like to be a tester? I'll do that if that's the right link. Paige Dane says, I think he's my long lost brother or something. Well, when I say he stole stuff from me, literally, it was probably like a year ago or a year and a half ago. Or I don't know. He did a show of one of his flapper shows. And earlier, that it was either that day or the day before, I had made a comment. It was sort of like an Aerosmith, I think it was an Aerosmith comment, kind of a joke that I made in the chat. And I swear to God, in his show, on that flapper show, he repeated that little joke. So what are the odds? I'm pretty sure that I at least gave him inspiration for that joke. Pretty sure, and I'm not lying. I should try to find that clip or whatever. But it's pretty hard to find, I guess. Jeff Curry, Steven and realized I was also in the stupid shit. Okay, I'm out of that thread. I'm gonna. I don't know what you guys are talking about. AJX1, can you still back if you got in a truck now, Trucker John? I think so. I mean, how would I? I guess I wouldn't know until I try. But yeah, I haven't driven a truck, in like a year. That's a good question, though. If I do, let's say, because I still have my CDL, and let's say I go and decide to drive again, I imagine there might be a little rustiness at first, but I think it would come back to me, after a few tries or whatever. But yeah, it's they say like use it or lose it. So the longer I go without driving, I suppose the harder it would be to get back into it. Goff Marine says, it's the free stuff that frees you up to not repair and just throw it away. Oh, talking about Surrender Monkey. Paige Dane, just stop giving a crap what people think of you. Okay. Chris says, that happens to me with a lot of different streamers, same wavelength. Yeah, we are flocking together or something. I don't know. Paige Dane, that's why when I saw Hal after show, Jeff Curry, Steven wasn't all bad. Okay, I don't know who Steven, I'm skipping. Jolie says, Hal blows me with his memory. Mine is shot, I think, too much marijuana. I know we're at 12:03, and I wanted to end because I know I usually end. I don't like to go too much past noon here. So I'm just gonna skip on down. And we're going to probably put it into this monstrosity. No, it was really a great show, you guys. Great chit-chatting with you. Thanks so much. Oh, did you guys hear that? The speaker went boop, boop. And now I think it might have just died again. It was flashing that little kind of orange light. And then the orange light went off. So I don't know if it's still charging. I'm afraid to touch it. You guys said don't touch it. Be gentle with it. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing, but it just went bleep, bleep, like it shut off, I think. Anyhow, but hey, guys, thanks for being here. Today's Tuesday. Hal should be on this afternoon at his regular time, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then Thursday, he doesn't do a Thursday morning show. So let's meet back here Thursday. Like my little show card says, 9 a.m. Pacific time ish. Like today, it was about 9:30 by the time I got started. So, but I'll try to make it as close to 9 a.m. as I can. Let's all meet back here at the truck stop. If we have to convoy on over. And let's meet up here at the truck stop, the Trucker John truck stop. And Johnny Million first. Yeah, Johnny Million is on, isn't he on just Tuesdays and Thursdays? Oh, today's Tuesday. So I think he's on today at, does he come on at 2 p.m. or I'm not sure, but yeah, go check out Johnny Million. Jolie says, check out support the Trucker John show. Buy me a coffee. Thanks, Jolie, for putting that in there. Surrender Monkey, I only do GMT, time racist. Well, as I've told you before, Surrender Monkey, just add 8 hours to whatever I say. Like if I say 9 a.m., just add 8 hours. I believe you're 8 hours off, different. So for you, that would be 5 p.m. Right? So for you folks in the UK, it would be 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And so there you have it. For the rest of you, adjust accordingly. We'll be back here Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. in the UK, apparently. And I'm repeating myself now. I'm just sort of looking at the chat here as I'm going along. As I'm wondering about this. Here we go. All right. This is one of the Trucker John themes. That's me on guitar. Not really. I just made it with the garage band thing. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for chatting in the chat. And I can't wait to see you guys on Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. in the UK. And I'm a truckin'. Oh, hey, you guys want to hear this? This is my intro. Whoops, I turned it down. So what you got to say? I'd like to hear it today. Oh yeah. I'm lip syncing to my own song. Hear it today. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Trucker John OTR. Tuesday, Thursday, live streaming on YouTube, 9 a.m. Pacific time. 8 p.m. in the UK. Won't you join me, please? Please, and give me a thumbs up and share and like. Oh. Let's shut that off now. All right, guys. I'll see you guys Thursday morning. All right. Bye-bye.